How you doing anyway? I hope all is well.
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Just finished my second session of the day now, so I'm done for tonight now.
How is camp going?
Yeah, it's been really good, as it's probably the longest camp I've had. It's probably about 13 weeks, maybe I've had. It's probably it is the longest camp I've ever had, because normally for the last title fights I've had, I think the Sombo one was 6.5 weeks. The Martinez one was only 7.
Yeah.
But this one's been a joy. Like, I've had loads of time, and I think it's really showing.
You feel good about it? More confident than your other fights in the past?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. As I did the strength and conditioning this morning, and he said my numbers were through the roof, like, and compared to the last one, even with the Braithwaite fight, he had the 2 pictures up of both of the end of the camps, and there's a hell of a differences. Even I saw it myself. It's a massive improvement in physique, like.
Amazing. Let's talk about that fight. You lost sport against Marcel Braithwaite back in October. Very dominating win over UD. How do you rate your performance that night?
Personally, I thought it was quite a below par performance for myself.
Oh, some technical difficulties. Jay, you there?
Yeah, good, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it was a bit like I think it was a below par performance for myself. Even though I won it quite comfortably. It was just moments in that fight where I should have stepped on the gas, and for some reason I just didn't. I didn't even know why. Even in the fight, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I can hear him every breathing or anything, and I was fine. I was still fit, and for some reason my body wouldn't take it. It just wouldn't go, and I don't know why. I won it comfortable, but I wasn't happy. I'm very
Oh, some technical difficulties there.
But I'm glad I got a win, and I had a good 10 rounds out of it. He caught me a class shot in the 4th, he did, to be fair. It was right on the chin. But since then, I've been flat out working in the gym over different stuff. Just stuff that I need to improve on, really. And I've been working with the likes of Rhys Edwards, Joe Cordina, Chris Jenkins, people like that. And I think it is loads of improvement coming.
How good is it for Welsh boxing at the moment? Obviously, with yourself, Liam Williams, Cordina, Chris Jenkins. You know, there's a lot of high rising prospects in Welsh boxing at the moment.
Yeah, it's great, and I think we need it as well, because we've always had good boxers anyway. We just never had a good enough platform, really. But with like the Joe coming through now, Chris is on BT, myself, you had the Selbys. It's really showcasing Welsh talent again. And obviously the prospects that we got coming through, name a few, Reece there, you got Jacob Robinson, you got most of them with Gary's camp, to be fair. But it's just great to be a Welsh boxer at the minute.
Amazing, and it's great to watch as a fan as well.
Yeah, I bet. I like going to all the shows and watching all the boys and stuff. As you said, it's on a massive uprise now, and I think the bigger promoters need to start looking into Welsh boxing a lot more. Maybe do a lot bigger shows down here as well. I know you have like Anthony Joshua coming down on the Principality and stuff, but there's plenty of other venues that they can go to for a smaller show. Like, you've got the Ice Arena for they built a new one in Swansea, which is old 3,500 seats now, so that'll be done by the end of the year, I think, or the end of the summer, they said. So there's plenty of new arenas popping up, and I think I'd love to open up the Swansea one, since I'm a Swansea boy. I'd love it. It'd be brilliant. You know, the first boxing show to headline in Swansea. I'd love to be it. That's the goal.
I was going to say, hopefully against Sonny Edwards, right?
Oh, it'd be class. It'd be unbelievable, it would. But it'd be my hometown, and I don't think Sonny would care about travelling either, to be honest. He's that sort of character.
I don't think so. Before we get on about your next fight, let's talk about Sonny Edwards. Amazing, amazing performance on Friday night, capturing the IBF. A lot of people that know Sonny, have been watching him his whole career, knew that one day he will be world champion, and he proved all the doubters wrong. That he wasn't in Charlie's shadow, that, you know, he could be just as good as Charlie as well. What was your thought on his performance that night?
Oh, you can't doubt it, can you? When I watched it, he just, honestly, he didn't really put a foot wrong, did he? He boxed exactly the way he said he was going to do it. He said it from the start. That's what he was going to do, and he did it. And to be fair, I think I had him at one point. I think maybe 8, maybe 9 rounds up in the first 9, maybe easy. And then obviously he started getting a little. I think he might give him the 10th or something like that. He had a little rest in the 10th. But bloody hell, I did. To be fair, he made Maruti look slow and old. He made him look not like
average.
Yeah, he did. Honestly, that's the way he was. It was probably a punch perfect performance for Sonny, I would have thought.
100%.
It was really good. You can't deny it. You can't. He didn't do anything wrong, really. He didn't.
I echo that. It was just one of the best British performances I've ever seen, honestly, especially at flyweight. And do you know what? He just shows why he's one of the best in the country, not just at flyweight, just overall. And congratulations to Sonny Edwards.
Oh, absolutely massive congratulations. He just had a baby as well, so it's even better for him, really. So I have nothing bad to say about anything that he did. It was a great performance. It was class. To be fair, I even put on Twitter, I said it was a boxing clinical, like, pretty much.
100%. And I love the respect between you two. You know, you don't get that when someone's about to fight for the eliminator for that title. You know, I interviewed Sonny 2-3 weeks ago, and he spoke about you. And do you know what? He had nothing but respect for you. He praised you as well. And he hopes that you win the eliminator, because what a fight that will be. Yeah,
definitely. And as I said, I don't think we need that sort of animosity against each other to sell the fight with us at all. Because it speaks for itself, I think. I think we're the two best in the country at the minute. I proved myself on the world stage against Martinez, and Sonny's just done it with Maruti. And there's no need for us to just be divs and start talking crap about each other. When there's no need to, we speak quite often, to be fair. I congratulated him. I wished him the best of luck before. I think just before he fought, maybe on the Wednesday, I said I know he was getting bombarded with messages, so I said I wish you the best of luck. And I said, perhaps, if you get through yours and I get through mine, perhaps we'll meet then. And he said, definitely. He said it'd be a pleasure, pretty much. So that's the way it should be anyway, boxing. It shouldn't be like scoring points with each other, trying to sell a fight. If you're that good of a fighter, and it'll sell itself.
I echo that 100%. Let's talk about your next fight. Obviously, 14th of May, your headline in the MTK Global show in Bolton. You're facing Ricardo Rafael Sandoval. You both have a similar record, 18 wins, 1 losses. Do you know much about your opponent and what dangers he brings to the ring?
I watched a couple of his videos. I watched his recent fight with, I can't remember the guy's name. He's some Filipino fella. But he's a good fighter, honestly. I suppose you've got to be a good fighter to be at the level that he's at. Do you know what I mean? There's not going to be any easy fights now anyway, since we've established a world scene. But he holds his form well. He's got a good variety of punches. Looks like he can dig a bit. But his box. Who he's fought, I don't know. I don't really know who he's fought. He hasn't got any standout fighters on his resume at the minute. I think the boxers that I fought are a lot better at this time. But I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think our styles will gel very well. And I'm hoping it's not going to be another war, but it could be.
In other words, he's never fought anyone like Jayharris. Let's just be honest.
No, he hasn't. I believe he hasn't fought anybody like me. I think obviously I'm a class above well, maybe a lot more classes above the people that he has been fighting. So we could have a big shock come next Friday.
Not to blow your own trumpet, but seeing how dominating Sonny was on Friday, do you feel like I have to top that? Now I want to show this guy who Jay Harris is and put on a masterclass.
You do think like that, but I can't let that get into my head, to be fair. I just got to box the way I box, and hopefully I look good doing it. That's what I'm hoping. We'll just take each round as it comes, and the fight should play out in my favour. I should do anyway.
I wanted to ask you something. Obviously, you winning this sets you up with obviously a title shot against Sonny Edwards. I don't know if you're aware of this. When I spoke to Sonny 2 weeks ago, it's apparently he's already part of the agreement of him fighting for the IBF title is once if he beat Moruti Methylane, he has to defend it straight away against someone that stepped aside for Sonny. So he's got another title. He has to defend his title one more time this year. So which means we may not see Sonny Edwards versus yourself maybe until the beginning of 2022. I don't know if you was aware of this. My question is, if that's the case, obviously you have to stay active.
Yeah.
Do you want to, let's say you get past your opponent on May 14th, do you have to defend your Commonwealth title, or are you past that and maybe vacate?
I have no idea, to be honest. I did hear something about that. I think his name he's the Filipino guy, and he had Jason Mama. Is it Mama or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, he was the mandatory. I don't know if, God knows, I don't know if he took step aside money. I don't know if he got injured. But anyway, part of the deal was, Sonny, if you beat Moruti, you have to defend against this guy next. It won't be Jay Harris. It won't be Ricardo. It has to be this guy. So,
well, if that's what they've agreed, and if that guy was mandatory anyway, I have no option really, do I? But I suppose I'll have to take a fight in between just to keep active. Like, otherwise, I don't want to go, as you said, maybe it could go into next year and not have a fight. No, so I don't know which way it'll go. I don't know whether they'll have me defending the Commonwealth title, or maybe I'll vacate there and just go. And you never know. Perhaps imagine another world title shot come up on a different governing body. I'm quite highly ranked in other bodies as well, man.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. You're ranked number 3 in the WBC. So my question is, you already went through that route before against Julio Cesar Martinez. Is that maybe another route that you might maybe want to go for? Maybe another eliminator, or maybe for the interim title?
It's a possibility. If these opportunities come up, you have to take them. Otherwise, like Dillian White, for instance, he was mandatory for God knows how long without a shot. I know, do you know what I mean? But I don't want to be stuck in that sort of limbo. I don't want to be like I'm mandatory for the IBF, so that's what I'm fighting. If say another world title, say the WBA came up, because I'm quite highly ranked in the WBA as well. I think I'm like number 6 in the WBA maybe. If something like that come up, or you have to take something like that. You'd be dull not to. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%, of course. Obviously, we know now 100%. It won't. You winning on May 14th. It's not that dream fight we want. But maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because the way I look at it, Jay Harris versus Sonny Edwards, with or without a title, deserves to be in a good arena and with crowds. So by the time you guys fight, we're going to get a crowd back. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But maybe it's just a blessing in disguise. And maybe for yourself, you might go the WBC route, and then you don't know, and then you get a chance to either fight Sonny or a rematch with Julio. And so you should look at it as a blessing in disguise in that sense. Yeah,
I do. I'm grateful I got options, pretty much. There's plenty of options there. Obviously I got a great team around me, so I'd let them plan out my route or see what route we would go to. Maybe we stay with Sonny, or if there's another route maybe. But I've said in me, I don't care what world title I fight for, as long as I get another shot. I fight any of them. And with the mandatory now, it gives me a chance. Do you know what I mean? If, like, say, Sonny maybe fights this Jason Mama in the summer, maybe I'll get up a tune-up fight in the summer, and then maybe me and Sonny will get it on in the winter or something like that. Yeah. Could happen. Don't know. But I'm just, at the minute, I just got to be focused on the job next week. I can't even look past that at the minute because I'm such a high-stake fight. Well, for myself anyway. So I just got to keep focused on that at the minute.
No, I echo that. You should never look past your opponent. But as a boxing fan, I just had to ask because, you know, winning next week can just set up so many different routes for you and exciting routes for us boxing fans and your fans as well. So
it's been talking about Sonny. As Sonny said it loads of times, I've said it without a shadow of doubt. Wherever like he gets met, if say he has an interview, my name will pop up somewhere. If I get an interview, Sonny's name will pop up. So I think me and Sonny will definitely happen. I think it's one of them fights that needs to happen as well.
No, I echo that. What I want to know is, obviously, you had that massive fight against Julio Cesar Martinez. Right now, he's ranked #1 in the division. Well, first people were saying it was Maruti. Now, then other people say it is Cesar. Let's say right now he's the pound for pound #1 in the division, right? What I want to know is, you put a hell of a performance. Some critics thought that it was too early in your career, but you proved everyone wrong, that you deserve to be there in the world stage. What I want to know is, did you learn a lot from this fight? And if you was to have the opportunity against Julio, what would be different?
Oh, absolutely. I learned loads from that fight. It was like my first proper, it was my first proper massive card that I was on. I've never been in that sort of situation. First world title shot.
Yeah.
So everything was just an experience for myself. That's why I took it so good, I think, because I was so calm through the week, and I was just taking it all in because I thought maybe I could never be here again, you know, sort of thing. So I thought, I just got to take this and love every second of it. But once I got in there, I was booed terrible going in. Like mental, it was insane. It was. I was standing by the thing to go through the crowd, and everybody was like booing me, chucking stuff, calling my team names and everything. It was mental. And then obviously got in. Look, I just took a glance round. Was like, this is unreal. And then obviously the first round come out. Obviously, I lost the first round. I didn't, but I did. But I went to the corner, gritted my teeth. I was like, let's have it, like, pretty much. So I just give everything I could. I know I have the boxing capability, and honestly, I think if you fight again, I think I beat them the next time as well. I do. I really do. I watched it back loads of times, and there's points in that fight where I knew. You can see it. I've hurt him, but I didn't really capitalize on it just because, to be fair to Martinez, he had punching power in both hands. And I didn't really want to get caught with a silly shot or whatever. I just think I just really do think I beat him next time I go. If I ever get another shot at him, I think I honestly beat him.
And I hope you get that opportunity, because you did fantastic that night, and I think going forward it will be a whole different fight the next time. Oh, definitely. And there was loads of people on Twitter and stuff like that and messaging me saying I was going to get knocked out, and I think even Cesar Martinez said that he was going to knock me out within 5 rounds. And when I heard that, I just knew. I was like, he ain't knocking me out. He ain't going to do it. He did put me down, but he wasn't going to knock me out. He wasn't going to stop me. I knew it. I had in my head that it wasn't going to happen. And I shocked the hell of a lot of people, I think. 100% you did. And I think since that night, you built a fan base even up in the States as well, and with the Mexican fans as well. They will never forget Jay Harris, and then they never will, because when you get that opportunity again, you can show them who you really are. I think people would love to see Martinez Jay Harris too. I think
I think it's a crowd-pleasing fight. But even after the fight, fair dues, I went down, I got changed, showered and all that. What I normally do is I go and see my family. I know who's watching in the front row. So when I went down, and bloody hell, I just got mobbed by so many people. Photos and everything. Just all the Mexican guys just wanted photos. It was absolutely crazy. I've never felt like that in my life. Honestly, it felt like I won. That's how mad it was.
Amazing.
It was great. It was like a bloody Rocky film was. Do you know the end of Rocky 4 when they all chant his bloody name?
Yeah.
And you come down, that's what it was like. It was insane.
Oh, that's amazing. What I want to know is, let's say Sonny versus Jay Harris happens, right? Sonny never said it in no disrespect. He just was honest. He said and I asked him the same question. He said, I believe, and he gave me the reason why I believe I beat Jay Harris. As a warrior, as a fighter, you have to believe you can beat anyone. So he gave his reason. My question to you is, and I know you believe you can beat Sonny Edwards. Why? What makes you different from his other opponents? And what problems can you cause Sonny Edwards?
Honestly, I think I'm a lot quicker on my feet. I can box as well as fight, but I make a miss as well. I make a miss. I close the gap pretty quick. Hell of a body puncher, I think, myself. But I honestly think I'll get to Sonny. He may be good for the first couple of rounds, maybe, but I will get to him. I believe so anyway. Honestly, I believe I win that fight as well.
And I hope this fight happens and you both can prove who's the better man and who's the #1 flyweight in the country.
Yeah, definitely. And no matter what happens, we will still, after the fight, we'll still sit down, shake each other's hands and have a pint together, definitely. There's massive respect between me and Sonny. He knows that as well.
100%. Jay, I ask all my guests this question because when it happens, hopefully, fingers crossed it does, I'm going to do a highlight reel of everyone's answers. Biggest fight in British boxing history, possibly heavyweight history. AJ versus Fury. Who wins and why?
Fury. My money's on Fury all day long. I just think the way he moves for an heavyweight fight shouldn't happen. And I think Anthony Joshua is... I know he proved that he can move in the last one with Ruiz, but I think he's going to be trying to chase Fury in this one. And I just think Fury will just outpoint him. I think he'll just box his head off, to be honest. That's the way I feel. I think Fury will box his head off. But it's the heavyweights in there. So one lucky punch, one punch changes the whole bloody game.
That's it. That's it.
But I can't wait to see it. It's going to be unreal. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, I was in Texas when Fury fought Deontay Wilder. It was class. The atmosphere is great. So this one is going to be... I just got to this not in the UK.
Yeah, I know. You and me both.
UK heavyweights. It's 2 stars and he's bloody in Saudi Arabia. The hell's that?
Hopefully the rematch will be in the UK.
Yeah. I know they do a two fight deal, but it just makes no sense. Why it doesn't deserve. Bring her here. I know it's money, but give the fans what they want. They want it over here, don't they? Sell at Wembley or something.
No, I echo that 100%. I would have rather it been in Vegas compared to Saudi, but...
Yeah, I would have probably... Can you imagine how many Brits would have went to Vegas if it was Vegas? They won't go to Saudi.
In that new stadium, 70,000, the one that Canelo and Saunders is in.
What, the AT&T, is it? See,
no, the new the football stadium, I can't remember what that stadium's called, but 70,000 people in that stadium. So
they would have done that easy as well. They would have probably sold that twice over, probably.
Yeah, it would have sold out within the first half an hour, 100%.
Easy, man. I'm just got this not over here, or as you said, Vegas. It would have been a hell of a trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Jay, before I let you go, a message for the fans, and what can we expect on May 14th?
I just want to thank everybody for the support, all my fans for the support through the years. They know who they are. Thank all my sponsors, especially the ones that have been supporting me through this difficult time with the pandemic going on. They know A&R Specialist is one of them as it goes, and Sea Lift. And And yeah, tune in next Friday because it's going to be a great fight. And I'm going to come on top. I'm going to become the winner. And I'm going to be mandatory and for Sonny.
Brilliant. Jay, I wish you the best of luck for May 14th. I hope you become triumph in that fight and go on to fight Sonny in this dream fight. It is a dream fight, and it's a fight that the fans want.
Definitely. I hope it happens as well. But just have to wait until Friday now.
Thank you for taking your time to speak to us today.
Perhaps we can catch up after the fight.
100%. 100%. We'll get you back on when you're victorious on May 14th.
Definitely. All right, then I'll catch you soon, right?
Take care, mate. Stay safe.
All right. So, mate.
Bye-bye.